Hey, welcome back to Learning Self-Reliance. Today's video is about 5 unusual preps. Hopefully these are things that some people haven't quite thought of or store back. Usually I see a lot of preppers set a lot of stuff back, but hopefully these things are pretty unusual. First one is money. No, I'm kidding. Tons of people set back money. The first prep is a counterfeit detecting pen. So I see a lot of people set back some cash or something like that in a short term, like hurricane or something like that. Cash is going to be king. It's going to be the best thing for it. Yeah, if you don't have, if they can't accept credit cards or something like that for some reason, cash is where you want to go. But I think there's a pretty high possibility of people doing some fake cash or something like that. You know, just handing it out to civilians or somebody who aren't quite used to dealing with cash, and they might not recognize the feeling and everything that goes with the currency. So if you're not familiar with that, one of the things you can get is a counterfeit detecting pen. So these are super simple to use. I'm going to pull off the cap here, and we'll get to the cap in just a second. It's pretty cool as well. What you do is you take this ink and you just draw on the bill just a little bit here, and you can see there's this slight mark on here now. See that? So that mark will actually end up going away after a while, but it's going to be on there for a little bit right now, and it didn't go black. So let me show you some regular paper. All right, here's just some regular printer paper. Let me mark this for you, and you're going to see what's going to happen. See how that went black? This is the same pen, but when it's applied to non-cotton paper, so this is cotton, this is not cotton, the ink goes black and lets you know that it's a forgery, okay? So if you've got that cash, you want to make sure that it's legitimate cash in kind of a short-term situation. A counterfeit detecting pen is going to be awesome for you. So I've got this cap here, and I really like this combination here. So this on the end here is actually a little UV light. So let me kind of show you. It's hard to see, I've got so much light in here, but this is kind of a little blue, purple light. Let me show you what we've got going on. So I'm going to pull up this 50 here, and I can shine this on this 50, and we're going to see a little band in here. See this? That band up here? Let me get this nice and close. Hopefully you guys can see this here. There's this glowing band. So this band is actually a specific color and in a specific place on a $50 bill. Okay, so on the $50 bill, it's over here, kind of more, little bit to the right, off center. And that's a $50 bill. On a $20 bill, it's over here on the left side, and it's actually green. See this? How it's kind of more green? Green here. And let me show you this one again. Kind of more yellowy orange. Okay. And to my eyes, this looks like a really vibrant yellow. So the nice part about it being in a different location in each one is that if somebody bleached this, and then, so they got the right paper, so the pen can't detect it, right? Because if I mark this, it's going to stay that light brown mark. And that lets me know that this is the right kind of paper. So one thing what people will do is to counterfeit is they'll end up bleaching this or something like that, somehow removing the ink off of this and then reprinting to make it to look like a larger denomination bill. So you can take a whole bunch of ones or something like that and reprint them as 50s or something like that. 50 times return on your investment there. But one problem with this detector here is some of the older bills and ones don't actually have a detector in them. So I can just shine this across here. Hopefully you guys can see there is no band that's in this one here, okay? So this doesn't have that security feature in here just yet, but this 10 does. So let me go along this 10 here. Just go along. I can't remember where it is. Oh, there it is. Hopefully you guys can see that. This is more of an orange. Probably doesn't show up too well on camera, but this is a fairly orange color to my eyes. And you can see here that this is indeed a $10 bill. And you're thinking that's on the right side, like the 50. Let me put these right next to each other, and you can see the difference here. See the yellow and the orange, the bills side by side there. So you can see that this strip is in a different place and a different color. And this older 100 here, it's not too much older, 2006. I can't remember if I think they've already redone the 100, but this one doesn't have that marking on there, okay? Counterfeit detecting pen. I'll include links in the description below. You guys can grab yourself one of these. I really like this combo. I think this is only a few dollars. I'll put a total for you guys so you know the cost of this. This came with 2 additional pens as well. So I had 2 pens like this, and then this is the only one that came with the detector light as well. All right, next item is a battery tester. This is a battery tester from Harbor Freight. It's only a few bucks. I'll put a total on the screen for you guys. This thing's pretty cool because you can take a AA battery like this other Harbor Freight, terrible Harbor Freight rechargeable battery. And I can put this on top here. It's a little bit finicky. You can get some better ones online on like Amazon or something like that. And you can see that I've got these bars that filled up here. So you can see that this thing's barely out of the yellow. On the right side here, you can see the voltages that it believes it is right here. So you can see it's barely out of that yellow. So if I was trading with somebody, I'd say, you know what, this battery's either too old and it's not holding its charge well anymore, or something like that, which it's not. Then I could make an informed decision about it. And this will also work with just regular old AA's and AAA's, and even some shorter batteries and things like that. You can just change this to the size you need, and as long as it's a regular 1.5 volt, it's going to register. Now on the bottom here, it also has a positive and a negative for a 9 volt battery. So you can also test 9 volts, which is, your scale is over here on the left side as well, so that you can test 9 volts, AA's, AAA's, and several other, like oh. This one's pretty cheap. A little piece just fell out. That's just fine. I'd recommend going with something different online. This is the one I just grabbed from Harbor Freight. I'll probably just do an Amazon search or something like that for you guys, and include that in a link down below. This Harbor Freight one works fine, but it is pretty fragile. All right, third one is rooting powder. So I did a video last year about transplanting my grapes. So I trimmed off a whole bunch of grape shoots off of the vine, and I used this rooting hormone to encourage them to produce roots, and I planted them, and then I had about 10 of them, or about 12 of them survive. I did about 30 or 40 of them. Had about 12 or so of them survived. I ended up giving some to some family members and stuff like that. But this stuff is vital for that. So you can use this to clone your own plants, transplant them. It's just this powder here. This is a lot of powder too. So you can get these for not too much money. I think about maybe less than 10 bucks. And you can just dip the root into this, or the base of the cutting that you've got, dip it in there and encourage it to produce roots. So I've seen a lot of people, oh man, I just spilled all over. Dang it. All right, well, got that fixed. I've seen a lot of people set back things like a seed vault. So I've used this, and I've been struggling with the starts. Oh man, don't get me started. No pun intended. Been having some trouble with this, but I think it's me personally. I'm terrible gardener. But I've seen people set back stuff like this, which is good. But if you want to have something like grapes or something like that, if there's a hybrid that you don't have seeds for, doesn't produce viable seeds, you can use this rooting powder to clone it and keep it coming back every year. Fourth one is distilled water. This is a gallon of distilled water. I purchased this for about $1. You can probably get it for less than that or something on a sale. But this distilled water has a ton of uses. This would be a great trade item for somebody. Let's say somebody's got a whole bunch of solar panels and they've got a bunch of marine batteries or something, but they need to maintain them, and they sometimes you need distilled water to do that, to maintain the battery. This is also useful for doing chemical reactions and things like chemistry. You can convert one thing to another, but you need distilled water for it, because if you use regular water from the tap or something you may have set back, it's going to have chlorine and things which are going to mess with the chemical reaction, so you need distilled. So this is cheap now, and it's going to be pretty hard to make later, right? You could try to distill your own water, but you need a lot of fuel, you need hosing and pipes and all sorts of random stuff that you're probably not used to doing, and it's so cheap and easy to set this back. And the best part is even if you don't use it for any chemical reactions or battery maintenance or anything like that, you can still drink this. This is perfectly drinkable water, but it's also got a lot more uses. All right, last item is battery acid. This is sulfuric acid intended to be used with a car battery, marine battery, or something like a motorcycle battery, a lead acid battery. This is sulfuric acid with a little bit of water mixed in. Unfortunately, I can't tell what the specific amount that this has been diluted with, but I believe we got the specific gravity and stuff up here, so you could probably do some calculations for that. But this is a small amount of it, and I got this for about $8 locally. And it's this one here is supposed to be enough to fill up something like a motorcycle battery or something like that. And this is really the key. The distilled water is useful for sometimes when dealing with batteries, but you really need something like this sulfuric acid here to really maintain that battery and increase the longevity of those solar panel batteries that you've got, or just maintaining a car battery or anything like that. As I said, this is sulfuric acid, so that's got a lot more uses, chemically speaking. If you do any sort of chemistry or something like that, put this back together, it's got a lot more uses, and I believe you could distill this down into a more concentrated amount, get rid of the water that is present in here and use it for other things, but I use this stuff to maintain my solar panel batteries, and I find this stuff to be fantastic. Alright guys, that's it. This is the last one. I just want to do 5 items. I've got some more ideas and stuff I might do. So this last bit of the video addressed to my subscribers. The title of this video is kind of clickbaity to me, and I'm not sure how I feel about that, but it's hard to describe the amount of items in here when in just such a short title. So let me know how you guys feel about that. I'm not a fan of kind of clickbait, things like that, but this is descriptive. The title is descriptive of what's inside the video. I believe that these are some unusual items. Alright guys, please remember to like if you enjoy the video, or if you're just fine with the title or how I presented this video. Please leave a like and maybe even a comment. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you want to see some more videos like this. I've got some, as I said, some more ideas of unusual preps that I could put together for you guys. Alright, thanks for watching, and please remember to like and subscribe.